Summary tribe dynamics shift after Q's tribal council plea, causing castaways to rethink game strategy. Q's attempt to engineer his own vote out backfires, leading to chaos and a tie vote. Hunter's vulnerability and possession of idol kept tribal council chaotic, resulting in his elimination. Survivor 46 Episode 9 saw the fallout from Q Burdett's explosive tribal council plea, pushing the rest of the castaways to rethink their currency game strategy. Throughout Survivor 46, the gameplay has been slower, reliant on challenge wins rather than strategy, but the gears are shifting for the tribe after Q's blow-up at the last tribal council. After he wasn't able to control the vote, Q went back to camp with the rest of his tribe and did his best to provide damage control. Throughout the evening, things were tense as Q groveled to those he'd thrown under the bus. While the castaways have been working to identify who they can trust in the game, things have been more difficult after the merge left the tribe to come together as one. Q, Tiffany Irvin, and Kenzie Petty have been merged with the former Siga tribe, Ben Katzman, Charlie Davis, and Maria Schreim Gonzalez, as well as the former Nami tribe, Hunter McKnight, Liz Wilcox, and Venus Vaffa. With Survivor 46 down to the final 9 castaways, things got tricky as the strategic gameplay heated up. With the castaways angry with Q, anything could happen after the immunity challenge was finished. Related 20 best reality TV shows. Right now reality TV is more popular than ever. With so many to choose from, here are some of the best reality TV shows to stream or watch right now. The tribe was blindsided by Q's attempt to quit. They decided voting him out wouldn't be helpful after getting back from Survivor 46 Episode 8's highly emotional tribal council. The castaways didn't know how to move forward with Q. They were all blindsided by the fact that Q had tried to engineer the vote against himself, along with some of his other transgressions. Tiffany was angry that Q, who had been her ally since the earliest days of the season, told Maria about her immunity idol despite her confiding in him. Together, the castaways decided that Q having blown up his game entirely made it unnecessary to vote him out, as he wouldn't win in the end. Venus confronted Hunter Q about their plan. She didn't hold back with the new outsiders. Hunter and Q were continuing to stick together as the only 2 members of the 6-person alliance who were still interested in working together. Despite the fact that they'd both been gunning for her, Hunter and Q were confronted by Venus about the fact that they'd written her name down. She explained that despite their best efforts, they'd both just destroyed their games to the rest of the castaways. Venus shared that throughout the game, she'd been pushing for Hunter to trust and work with her, but after had declined time and time again, she'd relish writing his name down. Hunter felt he was the most vulnerable castaway. He didn't want to end up on the bottom. Hunter felt that he was the most vulnerable person on the beach, considering that Q had blown up his entire game and had stood by. As a strong competitor, Hunter has already had a massive target on his back throughout the competition, but being collateral damage to Q's blowup raised his target to an even higher level. Hunter shared that he had an immunity idol that he was prepared to play, but he didn't want to give it up if the rest of the tribe were going to vote Q out anyway. He planned to try winning the immunity challenge. The tribe split into 3 teams of 3 for the challenge. Liz and Venus were saddled with Q close before the immunity challenge. The tribe was asked to split into 3 teams of 3, and the tensions between the castaways made it a difficult task. Sharing that they weren't sure who would group together, it was clear that none of the tribe members were interested in grouping up with Q after what had happened. Tiffany, Kenzie, and Ben made up one group quickly while Charlie, Maria, and Hunter made another. This left Venus, Liz, and Q as the trio who weren't chosen. Liz and Venus were irritated to be stuck with Q, but hoped he would work with them. Q tried to convince Charlie to throw the challenge. He wanted to try and get Hunter out while Q's credibility was shot. He tried to convince Charlie to throw the immunity challenge to preserve his spot in the game. Though Q didn't have much backing in his argument, he tried to make it clear to Charlie that throwing the competition would be the smartest decision, as then he would be able to ensure that Hunter went home without the ability to even fight for immunity. Charlie didn't seem to grasp why Q was coming to him with such an intense suggestion, and though he shared he wouldn't be considering the idea, tried to reassure Q otherwise. The immunity challenge tested the castaways as groups. Individuals. Charlie won individual immunity close, while the immunity challenge was similar to past challenges, asking the castaways to work their way through an obstacle course. They were being given a secondary relay race style competition in their trios. One trio would be eliminated in each of the first 2 rounds, leading the final round to be a standoff between the last remaining trio for immunity. After Kenzie, Tiffany, and Ben were eliminated first, the second challenge was down to the wire. Charlie, Hunter, and Maria came out victorious, battling an endurance challenge for immunity. Charlie and Hunter had a second standoff, this time with Charlie winning. Kenzie tried to orchestrate a flip on Tiffany. She had a group behind her. Although it seemed to be settled that Q or Hunter would be the one voted out at Tribal Council, Kenzie worked with Maria, Charlie, Venus, and Ben to try to flip the vote onto Tiffany. While Kenzie and Tiffany have been allies since the beginning of the game, Kenzie explained that she knew that things would be difficult between herself and Tiffany throughout the end phase of the competition if she didn't get her out now. Tiffany also has an idol, which Kenzie wanted out of the game as quickly as possible. The tribe felt strongly Tiffany would be leaving. Tiffany explained she may need to play her idol. Charlie was trying to make her feel safe. Charlie went to talk to Tiffany in order to make her feel comfortable and confident in the vote going to Q, but she explained that she was nervous about things changing last minute, the way they'd seemed to in the last several tribal councils. She shared that she wasn't interested in taking any chances, so she planned on playing her idol no matter what. Charlie, surprised at the revelation, tried to be understanding about the idea, but encouraged her that she didn't need to play the idol. Tiffany, who looped Maria into the conversation, remained steadfast about flushing the idol. Hunter told Venus Liz he has an idol. The votes were split until the last second. In the moments before the tribe was set to leave for Tribal Council, Hunter revealed to Liz and Venus that he had an idol and planned to use it at the meeting. Both women were stressed about the idea, knowing the vote was supposed to flip on Hunter. They both tried to reassure him that it would be falling on Q, both seeming to agree that if Hunter had an idol, they would vote for Q instead. Trying to reassure him in order to get him to keep his idol, Liz and Venus were scrambling to keep the vote safe. The night's tribal council got chaotic. The plan changed down to the last second. The tribal council was another chaotic meeting for the cast of Survivor 46. During their conversation with Jeff, the castaways all got heated, talking about what Q had done previously, along with the way he had been acting throughout the day. When it came time to vote, everyone seemed disconnected. No idols were played, and the original vote came out to a 4-4 tie between Hunter and Q, with one vote going to Ben. The castaways had to vote a second time and eliminated Hunter. Though he was hurt, Hunter was the biggest threat in the game, breaking Survivor wide open. Survivor airs Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time on CBS, then streams the following day on Paramount+. Survivor. In this long-running reality competition show, 16 people are split into 2 tribes and must survive off the land in various rural locales. Each week, they compete in challenges for resources, luxuries, or immunity, and each week, one person is voted out by their teammates, losing their chance at being the sole survivor.